Welcome to Make It Fab's guide to sewing on a patch. Make It Fab is a sewing studio in Belfast, Northern Ireland, and we're all about introducing people to the joy of sewing because we believe that anyone can sew. So patches. Patches are really helpful, really useful skill to have to be able to sew on a patch. This can be to upcycle an item of clothes to make it something a bit more yourself, or to cover rips and tears in clothes, but also to show off your achievement badges. Okay, so what we're going to need for to do our patch is, well, obviously we need to have a patch first. Got a lovely Belfast one here for you. The item of clothing that you need to mend, so there's a little tear in my denim skirt here, so I'm just going to put a wee patch and just show how proud I am of Belfast. Then you'll need thread. Now I'm going to start this off in a contrast thread so you can see what I'm doing, but you will want to match your thread with the colour of the binding of your patch. Next thing is, if it's an iron-on patch, you want to iron it on according to the manufacturer's instructions. If it's not an iron-on patch, you'll need a pin just to hold your patch in place for when you're starting your sewing. So we're just going to pin that in place now. So you've got your needle, and multi-purpose household needle will do. You want to have a nice sharp point because you will be going through quite a few layers of fabric, particularly if you're doing it on something like denim. Okay, so we thread our needle. What we're going to do is we're going to double up our thread. This means that your thread will just be that little bit more secure for when you're stitching, and also if you tie a knot at the end, that means that your thread can't come off your needle, which is always can be a bit of a tricky problem. Okay, so as far as patching is concerned, you want to go in, always start by going in from the back and coming out close to the edge of the patch. And then you're going to go in at right angles, following the line of the binding. So following the direction of the stitching of the binding. You then travel along the back, find your place near the edge of your binding, and then back in again. Again, following the direction of the stitching of the binding of your patch. Travel along, up you pop, and down. So as you can see, I'm using a contrasting thread here. So this won't look as neat. So what I'm going to do is, now I've done a few stitches, and you can see that all these stitches are at right angles and at the same, following the same direction as the binding on the patch. So I'm just going to swap over to the black so you can see the magic of how the stitching will disappear. So again, thread our needle, tie a knot at the end, secure the thread onto your needle. Okay. So we are going in close to the edge of the patch. And then we're going down the same direction as the thread is going on your binding. Making sure that you pull it tight every time. Okay. Then we travel down. Go in same direction as the binding. You can see from the back, we are traveling down through the back, and those are the stitches that are on the diagonal. So we're going in through the back, down through the front. Now, you could watch a YouTube video of me doing this for the next 10 minutes, but I think we will speed this bit up. Here is our last stitch. I'm going to flip it over. We're going to find the start of our thread. You might have got tangled up in your stitching, so just pull that through. We're going to secure it with a simple, so cut your thread. Just going to cut out the white thread just to make this a little bit clearer. So we're just going to tie those two ends together to secure it at the end. And snip it off. And there you have a beautiful patch, nicely secured to your item of clothing. So thanks for watching. If you want any more sewing hints and tips, do give us a like and a subscribe. And hopefully we'll see you back at Make It Fab.